Welcome to the ABC of Real Estate, the deep dive that cuts straight to the most valuable insights for buying, selling, renting, and investing. Today, we're diving into a topic that's really crucial for anyone looking to sell: smart renovations for profit.
That's right, because not all renovations are created equal when it comes to maximizing your home's value, not at all.
So, we're going to unpack which projects truly move the needle, how to actually calculate their impact, and maybe most importantly, what's today's buyers are really looking for. Listeners should get ready for some actionable insights, hopefully, things that can lead to a much more profitable sale.
Exactly. So when we talk about renovation, ROI, return on investment, we're not just aiming for a prettier house. It's more than just aesthetics. It's really about maximizing your selling price and crucially reducing the time your property just sits there on the market.
So, how do we figure that out? Is there a formula?
Yeah, there is. And it's pretty straightforward. You take the value of the rise in the selling price, subtract the cost of the work, then divide that by the cost of the renovation and multiply the whole thing by 100. That gives you your percentage ROI.
Right. So let's say you put 30,000 into a kitchen remodel and maybe that adds 50,000 to your home's market value. So that's 50k minus 30k, which is 20k profit. Divided by 30k costs times 100, that's 66.66% ROI.
Exactly. The math itself is simple, but the real trick, the art, perhaps, is accurately predicting that rise in selling price.
And that's where knowing your local market really comes in, I guess.
Absolutely essential. Local market intelligence makes all the difference.
Now, this next part I find genuinely fascinating. It's about how quickly buyers actually decide if they like a place. The first 10 seconds. It's incredible. That first 10 seconds when someone walks into a home is apparently critical for them to sort of fall in love with it.
It really is. Think about it yourself. You walk through the door, and almost instantly you get a feeling, a connection, or maybe not.
That initial gut reaction.
Exactly. That emotional hit often happens before you even properly step past the entryway. It's powerful.
So, what are buyers looking for in that split second and beyond?
Well, fundamentally, buyers prioritize peace of mind. They are overwhelmingly seeking turnkey homes, meaning move-in ready. Pretty much properties where the big renovations are already done. They want to just move in, maybe add the personal touches, but avoid major projects right away.
Makes sense. And aesthetically?
Generally, the preference is for neutral colors. Think grays, beige, off-whites. Also, abundant natural light is huge. Quality materials and, importantly, meticulous finishes matter.
No sloppy work.
Definitely not. Functionality is also key. Versatile spaces, maybe open plan, definitely ample storage and modern amenities. Oh, and increasingly, energy efficiency is a big draw. Lower running costs and environmental awareness.
Okay, so knowing what buyers want, let's get down to brass tacks. Which specific renovations tend to give the best return?
Okay. Number one usually is a kitchen renovation. It can really increase your home's value, often offering a 75% to 100% ROI.
Wow, that's significant.
It is. But here is the key insight. It's not just that you renovate the kitchen, but how it fits the overall house and market. We've seen people put, say, a super high-end gourmet kitchen into a fairly modest $500,000 home. And sometimes that actually turns buyers off because it feels out of sync, or they feel like they've paid for something they wouldn't have chosen themselves. The real profit comes from aligning those upgrades with your property's overall value and what's standard or desirable in your specific local market.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. What's next on the list?
Number two, usually right up there, are bathroom renovations. They tend to be very cost effective and can also deliver that strong 75% to 100% ROI.
Okay, kitchen and bath, the big two. What else?
Well, number three, basement finishing or expansions. Adding usable living space is always a plus. 4 is door and window replacement. Great for looks, but also for that energy efficiency buyers want.
Good point. Curb appeal too, I imagine.
Definitely ties into number 5, exterior design and landscaping. That first impression, curb appeal, is huge. Number 6, never underestimate a fresh coat of paint, repeating the home, especially in those neutral bright colors. And finally, number 7, refreshing flooring. Dealing with worn floors or dated carpets makes a big difference.
So sanding hardwoods, maybe replacing old carpet with something more modern and durable.
Exactly. Those 7 consistently perform well.
But of course, not everything works out. What renovations should people generally avoid if ROI is the main goal?
Right, not every project pays off. Some can actually sink your profits. For instance, installing a pool. While nice for some, it often offers a very low return. Sometimes only a teeny percentage increase in value compared to costs. And maintenance costs are high too. That's another factor buyers consider. Also, overly expensive landscaping. Again, it can violate that principle of conformity.
What's that principle again?
It just means your home, including its renovations and landscaping, should generally fit in with the surrounding neighborhood in terms of style and value. If you spend a fortune making your garden look like Versailles, when all your neighbors have neat lawns, you likely won't get that money back. So don't over improve for the area. And the third big one to be wary of is highly personalized interior designs. Things like a dedicated home theater, a very specific color scheme, or converting a bedroom into a massive walk-in closet. Basically, stuff that appeals to you, but maybe not the average buyer. It narrows your pool of potential buyers and rarely gives good ROI.
Okay, so avoid pools, over the top landscaping, and super personal stuff. But on the flip side, are there inexpensive things that give a big impact?
Oh, absolutely. Top of this list, decluttering and depersonalizing. The ROI here is essentially infinite, or let's say 100%, because the cost is mostly your time and effort. It's incredible how much larger and more appealing a home looks when it's clutter free. Emptying closets halfway, clearing surfaces, taking down personal photos, it helps buyers mentally move in and envision themselves there.
It transforms perception and it's basically free. What else?
Increasing indoor and outdoor lighting. This is another relatively low cost, high impact fix. Adding a few modern fixtures, maybe some dimmer switches, even just strategically placing lamps and making sure all curtains and blinds are open for viewings. Bright spaces feel bigger and more welcoming.
So, beyond specific projects, big or small, what other factors are critical for actually maximizing that ROI?
Always prioritize essential renovations first, meaning fix what's broken before making things pretty. Focus on the non negotiables: roof issues, outdated electrical, plumbing problems, foundation concern, the HVAC system. Buyers want peace of mind that the core systems are sound. Cosmetic upgrades on a house with a leaky roof won't fool anyone. And then determine and stick to a realistic budget. Know what you can actually afford, get financing sorted if needed, and look into energy efficiency grants. Sometimes there's government money available for things like windows or insulation.
Smart. And when dealing with contractors,
Always obtain multiple quotes. Get at least 3 bids for any significant job to ensure competitive pricing. And please work only with insured and licensed professionals. Ask for proof, protect yourself, and keep every single receipt and document related to the work. You'll need it for taxes and potentially for showing buyers the work was done professionally.
Okay, that's a lot of great advice. So let's try and boil it down. What's the main takeaway here?
I think the key is really intelligent renovation. It's not just about spending money, it's about being strategic.
Focusing on those high impact projects like kitchens and bathrooms, but making sure they fit your market. So, for you listening, what really stands out here? Maybe think about one small, inexpensive change you could make today that might have the biggest impact on how potential buyers sees your home in those first crucial seconds. It's a great question to ponder. Well, that's it for this deep dive on the ABC of real estate. If you're planning to sell your home and you'd like some personalized advice on which renovations might be most profitable for your specific situation, we definitely recommend reaching out to Dania Fawaz, real estate broker. You can find our blog, which has more great insights, and our contact information via the link in our description.
Thank you, and see you soon for another episode of the ABC of Real Estate.